seeing him play in the PDC, the early stages of his PDC career.
25.
Having moved over as the three-time Lakeside World Champion, finalist in just his second event, nearly doing what Stephen Bunting did and winning his second event in PDC.
25.
Over as world champ. Appeared in the Premier League on Thursday night in Glasgow, and I thought he acquitted himself well. It was just a few missed doubles, and the fact that Darrell Gurney was excellent against him.
Glenn to throw first.
Lose that match as a contender. He was crestfallen afterwards. Credit to him for doing all the media stuff. I know it's part of the job, but to do it with such good grace. He is a disgustingly nice man, Glen Durrant.
134.
He's a disgustingly talented dart player as well. And look, every time we've seen him in action, he's played a number of games, obviously, in the PDC now, and every time he seems to be averaging in the high
85.
90s. That's what Glen Durrant's game is about, and his consistency, certainly right now, is very good. Now, how much further can he take it? Can he just carry on doing that? He will get rewards if he plays at that level. I think he'll win time. Can he find those extra gears that he might need if he's going to go and win lots of titles or big titles? Might need to do that.
83.
He is a winner, there's no doubt about that. You don't win the volume of titles that he's without having an edge.
135.
First round loser yesterday to Luke Woodhouse, but Luke Woodhouse averaged 100 against him, and that's what Durrant says. If you say, I want to make sure that if somebody beats me, they're going to have to throw 100 average. 60. Should be looking at the... Now we'll be looking at double 16.
118.
Nearly a lightning quick start from...
$140. Game shot.
Hold of throw from Glen Durrant. It's the first leg on the board. Jamie Lewis, well, he's got a touch of trees.
58.
There are certain times where you stick him on a big stage and he looks fantastic, and then your average day-to-day, daily grind on the Pro Tour, qualifies for Euro Tours, it's just not happening for him.
82.
Just not happening for him. That's not... I mean, it's unfair to say that Jamie Lewis hasn't done stuff in the floor tournaments. He has made finals. He made a final of a Euro Tour. We're going back a few years. He only beaten by Phil Taylor in the 3. And Phil had given it the whole, he's a cracking little player. You'll see plenty more from him. You ask Dave Allen. You ask Bob. Bob will tell you.
180.
Maximum for Durrant. Hit 4 of those on Thursday night against... Hit twice as many 180s as Darrell Gurney. How's about that, eh?
95.
Jamie Lewis, man who absolutely loves a 180. Gets that first dart right, and they are very, very low darts, Jamie Lewis. Then he just
59.
seems to cluster them together. The first dart goes in there, it's like sticking a massive wrought iron fence in the top of the treble 20. You just hit that. In.
95.
Like leaves himself one. Durrant wants a 140. Well, that's a bit awkward. Decides to move down the board, which obviously you are sacrificing things there, but you thought target.
89.
Yeah, okay. No problem with that as a shot. No problem with this as a shot. No problem at all. Oh, Jamie Lewis. This attempt. 17 or bull. What's the route, Glenn? Bull leaves the bull. Has he covered it a bit? It's a little shuffle to the right. Well, he's gone the wrong side. Sometimes you do see players do that. They move to one side, changing their body angle and throw it past the other way where they're aiming. That's a bit of a blocker, you can see.
Game shot.
Sneaks it in the corner. Double 10, good enough to level this game for Jamie Lewis. Good Welsh starts right now. Gerwyn Price, major champion. Johnny the Ferret Clayton looking the most likely person to stop Michael van Gerwen.
58.
Jamie Lewis, of course, semi-finalist at the Worlds time before last. Beat Daryl Gurney at the World Championship this year. Wasn't quite as impressive. Although, I've not seen many players give up in a out, and then as soon as they give up, hit a 180 and then win the game. That's exactly what Jamie Lewis did against Daryl Gurney. Extraordinary end to that match. Gerwyn Price was a winner in his opening round today. The last leg decider against Robert Marjanovic, though. Averaged more than 98. Another maximum, number 2 for Glen Durrant. Leaves himself 167. Already seen 167 taken out today. That's by Richie Edhouse. And it is Richie Edhouse who awaits the winner of this one.
100.
With the number 20 seed Stephen Bunting going out in our previous game on this board.
$61.
Could have put a bigger hole in that Durrant. When he gets that first start where he wants it, Jamie Lewis, it's inevitable.
136.
It really is. That's why he hits so many 180s. If the first start's right, he can just go absolutely bonkers. Double 16. Really top quality stuff from Glen Durrant. 106 checkout. Absolute mark of quality. Glen Durrant, so often, when he needs a shot, he finds it.
97.
Doing the right things at the right times. Yeah, all right, his averages, they might not be at the 107s and 8s and 10s that some of the players are doing, but when it comes to taking out the right shot at the right time, and that is Michael van Gerwen's mantra, Glen Durrant.
96.
He really is world class.
$100. $58.
Nathan Aspinall has just seen off Kirk Shepherd. That's
60.
A second round game. So ploughing ahead on board 2. Obviously, we've had a couple of close games here on this particular board, board 8, which means we're a little bit behind compared to that end of things.
29.
Matthew Edgar, 5-1 upon Sean Carroll. More red-hot content for Edgar TV, no doubt.
100.
Yeah, Nathan Aspinall, 99 average and a 6-1 win over Terry Temple, 97 average and a 6-2 win over Kirk Shepherd. Evidently playing some decent
97.
stuff is the World Championship semi-finalist as Lewis looks at treble 20. He was looking at it. He wasn't looking at it closely enough, it would appear.
45.
Well, that's left him 99, so he's just chastising himself there. I don't think he was thinking. Not clearly, anyway.
105.
Because Durrant is thinking a little clearly, or a little more clearly, it would appear. 42 remains, 6 or a 10. He's double 16.
Game shot.
Very nicely done. Well, it wasn't the greatest setup shot in the world, but the finish, perfect. 96 average Durrant, 97 average for Jamie Lewis.
58.
Second round games getting underway on the other boards as well. Jamie Hughes, the conqueror of Darrell
93.
Gurney, takes on Jordi Maywisser. Ronnie Hybrex will take on the Ferret, Johnny Clayton, and Jermaine Watamina, finalist last weekend, takes on Dirk van
100.
Duivenbode in a heavyweight Dutch clash.
$58.
Chizzy just about to get underway as well against Ross Smith. Ross Smith, a man who looked to have Michael Van Gerwen in a spotter bother yesterday, but MVG ended up victorious in that one and then went on and won
96.
the whole day. A strange old day here in Wigan yesterday with Michael Van Gerwen looking nowhere near his best and still just sauntering into the final.
60.
Where admittedly, he was very, very good against Ian White for large parts of it.
$139.
Well, it's another one of those checkouts just over the ton.
$60. $56. $60.
Well, for all the talk about Jamie Lewis's scoring power, the last four visits have been 58 and 3 60s, and that's it.
Game shot.
Glen Durrant has been presented with a relatively straightforward opportunity to make it 5 straight holds of throw in this one. What was it? A very strong start from the pair of them. It's just petered out a little bit. That's been reflected
60.
in the averages, which are now down to the mid and low 90s. This might get him going again. Does-er?
180.
180, number 3.
$96. $134.
This is a real opportunity for a break of throw.
$80.
Oh, just the 80 scored at a time when Lewis desperately needed a big visit because Durrant is threatening to put in a phenomenal leg of darts here. Don't believe that's in that second one.
100.
Well, it does leave him a 2-dart checkout. Very nearly a much simpler 2-dart checkout, but Lewis has to make sure he leaves a finish. Well, he's going to do that. Leaves a very good one.
180.
That's his first in the match. Potentially vital. 20 and bull. Bullseye.
62.
Unable to find it. Lewis, this 180 has given him a chance. Well, he's hit the 7. Needs the treble. Gets the treble. Double 12 to rescue it. Oh,
Game shot.
What a rescue act that was. Jamie Lewis, 180 followed by 85 checkout after that first errant dart in the single 7. He has got away with that and levelled at 3 apiece. That could prove to be a pivotal moment in this game.
59. $40.
Is Jamie Lewis or old Benito? Because he appears to be having darts cannon out of the board at an alarming rate over the last few visits. They're going nowhere, but straight in that treble 20. 4 maximums for Glen Durrant. And look where his average is. In the very high 90s, where you expect it to be, where it's pretty much been throughout his nascent PDC career. Very, very impressive from Glen Durrant after the disappointment of missing a dart to break and open up a 2-leg gap. He's just ignored it.
100.
Soldiered on. It could be the best leg of the match. 82 required. Bullseye. Well, that's 3, so treble 13 or 19. Now, single 20 will leave tops.
42.
We will come back to have a look at it. Lewis, ton 40 needed. Well, a ton does leave a finish, but
60.
Yeah, that doesn't. So does-a?
Game shot.
3 up with a 14 darter.
$100. $140. $121.
That looks so inviting. Could be number 6. Could be number 6 for Glen Durrant. It is number 6. 7 in the game, 6 of them, incredibly, to Glen Durrant. We are only in the 8th leg. And 4 of those 180s have come in the last 2.5 legs. This is a magnificent display of scoring. I wasn't even sure Glen Durrant had this sort of spurt in him.
$65.
Again, uses the bullseye to get below 121.
$100.
I thought he might stay on the 20s to leave double 18. He does like double 18.
76.
1 dart at tops missed by Glen Durrant. Now then, 1, 2, 1. Again, to save his skin. Treble 17 leaves the bull. Not to be.
52.
For the first breaker throw in this game. Double 10. Double
Game
10
shot.
is there. Glen Durrant does open up a 2-leg advantage. And is that the moment when the 3-time world champion just assumes control of this one? He went out early on the Saturday in his first weekend in
134.
PDC darts, and then bounced back on the Sunday to go all the way to the final. Yesterday he went out early. But he has bounced back
137.
so far and looks in pretty good nick. 6 180s, couple of important checkouts.
140. 100.
Throughout his time in the PDC, and I know we're only talking about, you know, a dozen games or so, Glen Durrant has been regularly throwing 96, 97, 98, 99. I don't think, and as I say, the Dart Connect system is a bit haywire at the minute. I don't think he's actually broken the 100 mark in terms of an average, but he's set to do it here. If he does take out this 127 and game,
41.
then he'll be over the 100 mark, and I think that might be a first in his PDC career, as a PDC player at any rate. 17's the target. Go for it, Glenn. Go for it, man.
95.
Well, he'll have to come back for this 32 and game. Somehow doesn't sound quite as good. Maximum for Jamie Lewis, and that might well be a farewell 180, because Glen Durrant has been playing fairly well in this game. 6 maximums and a 6-3 win, sealed with a 14 dart leg. The 3-time Lakeside champion averages a ton. I think that's the first time he's done it since picking up his PDC Tour card, and I also think that anybody who goes up against him is going to have to play phenomenally to not